Storybook Brawl was nice enough to send me some dust codes, so I'm doing another giveaway. Stick around to the end of the video to find out how you can enter to win. What is up, everybody? I'm NoLexGiven, and today, because I'm still figuring some things out on the editing side of things, I figured I would do some live commentary. So we are just jumping into a game here. Don't know exactly what it is going to bring, but I figured I would still be able to bring y'all some content with this. And a few interesting options. Pied Piper, probably the most powerful. Celestial Tiger, probably the most fun. But I'm still not Mythic yet for the month. We're halfway through it right now as I am recording this, so maybe we will play a Pied Piper game and get that cracking. I generally try to save ranking up for after the patch drops, so that way I can produce content as I'm ranking up and try to play as little as I can before that, which means I don't really have a huge backlog of content right now. I do have one game that I'm definitely excited to show you guys, and maybe by the time that the weekend is through, I will have some free time to learn this new editing program, and with that be able to show you guys this sweet new video, because I don't know how to do things like speed up the footage, and even like some of the audio's a little bit wonky, but it's all a learning curve. Thank you for sticking with me, for those of you that are. But for right now, we are going to be playing a live game, which definitely reduces the amount of editing that I will have to do. And let's see, where do we want to go from here? I don't hate just picking up any and every polywoggle that you see while playing Pied Piper, though at the same time I feel like fitting in a role here is perfectly fine. Though we could just pick up polywoggle, roll, and lock, and then we'll be able to pick up 2 Pied Piper things next turn, I think is how that works. But honestly, I'm not super sure, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll, and then roll once more, and then pick up a Bad Billy. At the very least, this is the strongest unit that we saw out of our different options this turn. So that will allow us to win this fight, which is nice. It, we took 2 damage from it, but we didn't lose the fight. And now we get to pick up some polywoggles. There's also a pair of Kitty Cutpurse here, which is interesting. I'd say that Humpty Dumpty is a miss, but I'm willing to roll the die because Humpty Dumpty is still quite strong, and we get it on the upgraded polywoggle. Well, I'm going to take the other polywoggle too. I don't think it's super likely that we get this Sleigh, and I'm not trying to. I'm putting it in slot 4 here because we are about to level up, and I'd rather find another polywoggle next turn and then find an upgraded level 4 unit, or I'd rather find another polywoggle next turn, upgrade these, and then turn that into an upgraded level 4 unit, rather than just a non-upgraded level 3 unit with +2/+2, which would still be good if that happens here. I'm not super upset, but it would be a lot more exciting to get a better unit from that. And looks like we are going to walk away with a loss, but no sleighs, which in this instance, like I said, is a good thing. Could take Wizard's Familiar for free, but I might wind up working in another role here. So I think we'll go for this. And this is interesting, obviously, because these donkeys are not yet pumped, but they are a pair. So definitely something worth considering. However, I'd have to sell either the Blind Mice or the Polywoggle, so I'm going to roll, and I'm going to try to find a better animal this turn. Something like White Stag could be good. And here, obviously, we did not get to upgrade the Polywoggles, but I will still try to slay with them. Slaying on 3.0, I think, is still quite good, because then we'll grab level 4 units, and we could still find more polywoggles playing with this hero down the line. So I think that these rolls were good, that we found this stag with a little bit of a bonus on it. That winds up being 10 worth of stats, so pretty strong altogether. And we dodge the Sherwood Sure Shot hit, and that is going to allow us to get 2 sleighs. on our Polywoggles and win the combat. So now we've got a pair of tier 4 units. We grab a Gingerbread Knight and a Time Flies. Okay, well, we throw the Knight right here. We might as well pick up another Bad Billy. And then we do need to find something else to do that. Something else could just be an Ogre Princess behind the Stag. I do not hate that. And then I'll just play Time Flies in the hand. I think that this is fine ultimately. Not super excited by Time Flies, but I am excited by the chance to triple up on the Stag. And we could do something a little bit silly here. We could sell Time Flies and one other unit, probably the Blind Mouse, and that would allow us to pick up another White Stag this turn, along with the Forbidden Fruit. I don't hate it. Though I think that Time Flies will prove useful down the line once we find a Hippocampus, or even like picking up this Madman or something like that could make the Time Flies useful. So I'm going to hang on to Time Flies for now. Might still be casting the Forbidden Fruit next turn. Opponent here, this Wonder Waddle with a pretty good board though, so that is a little bit annoying. That's going to deny us our Ogre Slay and have us take a wee little bit of damage there. They were pretty strong. They were pretty strong. Okay, let's go for Stag now. I'm not going to buy the Forbidden Fruit just yet. We'll see what we find, and I was thinking Treasure Map could be good, and with the addition of Treasure Map, I think I'm going to Forbidden Fruit and roll for Blind Mice here on 3.2. So going to pass up on the Piggy. And do we find a mouse? We do not. We do not. Okay, so I'm probably not going to go for it super aggressively, the Blind Mouse, because next turn we will be level 4. So I'll just pick up Vultures and Hippos, whatever we find ourselves rolling into. And both of those things will allow us to really make use of the Time Flies as well. So that's kind of the idea from here. We do not really have a comp just yet. Let me make sure that my camera does not shut off on us. Okay, great. That should fix it. But yeah, a treasure map definitely leaves a lot of possibilities open down the road. A tier 6 or a tier 7 treasure, typically either one of those can really play nice with good boy strategies that Pied Piper also loves to see. And then we did have a game not too long ago where we used Singing Sword with a kind of good boy comp from a summons comp. So that could be a possibility down the line as well. Looks like we will get the Ogre Princess Slay, and then we will also get the win up against Horde Dragon. So things are going pretty well. XP would be an interesting idea, but I don't think it's what I want to go for just yet. I think Time Flies is so expensive though. Grabbed a golden chicken for free, which is some nice econ, considering we probably just would have sold whatever we picked up here. So I do like that. Also don't hate Monster Book if we're going to go like a copycat route, though obviously we don't have any copycats yet. We're Pied Piper, so we can find them. I think I'd like to roll and try to find an early Hippo, because yeah, that's really going to be able to easily dictate some of our other purchases. I'm going to sell Golden Chicken so that we can find more. So give us a tier 4 treasure. I just don't think that I have any interest in that. I do have some interest in, Lady of the Lake is quite good on the Stag, and then also good supporting Friendly Spirit. So I could definitely see just picking that up here, though we don't actually have the gold for it just yet. Well, this seems a little bit uninspired, but I think I'm just going to pick up Friendly Spirit here, or maybe I go Princess Peep. Yeah, let's just pick up Friendly Spirit just to be a little bit stronger for this turn. Like I said, it's a little bit weird to spend the gold on this, and the Hippocampus gets sniped. That is so annoying. That always happens. The first turn you play a Hippocampus, it always gets sniped by a spell. Ogre Princess is going to slay, and then Friendly Spirit goes on Ogre Princess, so feeling pretty smart about that one. We'll get a second slay off of this. Actually, we'll get a third slay too. So not bad. Not bad for the Friendly Spirit that we picked up there. And we got an additional Time Flies off the Ogre Princess, and it's summoned in on the same combat. Well, that's pretty cool. Even if we do nothing else cool this game, I have yet to see that interaction. So kind of happy for that. That is really cool. Could pick up some more ogres. Definitely interested in Gingerbread Knight, and you know what? We can actually turn the Gingerbread Knights on with Forbidden Fruit. So let's do that. They really love fruit in their gingerbread. And all right, we'll buy and sell a golden chicken just to put the hippo out of fireball range. And there's a copycat, but it's not really what I'm looking for. Lightning Dragon becomes interesting on Water Wraith, which is currently our weakest unit, and I'm honestly just looking to replace it potentially with another Hippocampus. All right, let's buy and sell another chicken. Could be taking Polywoggles here, but I don't really want to upgrade a Polywoggle. I want to upgrade a tier 4 unit, and let's lock onto this XP. Let's grab this. Let's grab a tier 6 treasure, and that's just going to be Phoenix Feather for us. Yeah, Phoenix Feather can potentially do some interesting things in summon comps down the line, or work well with Good Boy. It's a little bit awkward though, for sure, but maybe we can make something work with it. Water Wraith is going to get +2/+2 this turn, so not too shabby, and then this will respawn itself after it trades with the monster book, so that is pretty good for us as well, and should be enough to just let us win this combat and make our way out of here with some prized piggy gold as well, hitting my opponent for 8 down to 6. So now I think that we are strong enough that we can wish upon a star. I think the Gingerbread Knight plus Phoenix Feather is just going to be able to carry us. And then we have the opportunity to pick up 5-cost animals, which I think we would at this point in the game. I think that those would be strong enough for us. And I will just take a Hippocampus, though, as well, to try to triple campus later on. And Baby Bear plus Sporko is definitely a thing. Trying to think if there's anything else that I want to do here. I'd almost just rather do this. Like, this is totally fine, maybe. Oh, and you know what? Okay. This is a little bit silly, but let's just sacrifice Ogre Princess to the Water Wraith. And we're going to change out most of these things next turn, I think. We're going to play the Sporko, the Wombats, and the Baby Bear if the game would allow it. So we'll have 11 gold next turn. So in order to buy, we'd have to sell 3 things. Yeah, we can sell 3 things and pick up that to be our new front line. That seems good to me. Maybe we actually Sporko on the Friendly Spirit, come to think of it. But this seems good despite that happening and losing the Friendly Spirit buff completely. We are going to get some nice buffs on the Water Wraith, and then we just have to hope this 30/30 that respawns itself is good enough. And I think it is. I think it just will be, just by itself. So we're going to have a bonus XP. That means next turn we will be level 6. And yeah, these Forbidden Fruits were pretty clutch. I took 6 damage just from Forbidden Fruits this game. But next turn we're level 6. So next turn we'll start to look for bear stains. We'll maybe do some silly stuff with the Phoenix Feather in the future. Kind of like the Baby Bear in that slot too, because then it can die a bunch of times for the Water Wraith. And as you look at it here, we don't really even need the Wombats in Disguise. I mean, it would be fine, but I don't think that it's worth the gold before we level up here. So I'm just gonna roll, and then the option is Gingerbread Party to pump up future Good Boys, which I think I like enough. I think that that is going to be the pickup. We could also sell, oh, you know what? That's probably better. To sell Water Wraith, White Stag, and Ogre, and just pick up Big Pigs. It's going to be a lot better for us this turn, and I am slightly worried about this turn. A 46 health, the Fates, pretty good. I don't even really know how you get to 46 health. I guess that is just Forking Rod and some Hat Ball shenanigans. So this opponent probably doing pretty well for themselves. Wonder Waddle up in XP, probably thanks to Skip's Puzzle Rune, but otherwise I think we're doing good. Oh, no, they just have Ring of Regen and haven't lost that much. And hold on now. Why can't I? Okay, this is really weird. I can't mouse over the Gingerbread Knight, and it's also smaller than it should be. Let's see if that's relevant. Okay, it was never relevant, but that was still a very weird bug that I'll have to report in a moment. But we are going to get the win against the lobby leader there. They're still at 41, so good for them. And now we can probably just roll for Pied Piper things. It's probably the best use of our time. Yeah, should have respawned as a 30-30, and I should have been able to mouse over it. So not sure what was going on there, but going to ignore these piggies for now, though we are seeing a lot of them, and I'm going to hope that we find a bear stain at some point. That is the idea here. I will definitely triple campus. So let's grab that, and then I will grab and sell the golden chicken. I think that we're going to toss the horn eventually, or we're going to toss the Sporko eventually. So let's just go Ring of Rage. I think that that is more useful in perpetuity. And now I'm eyeing up just another Friendly Spirit. I don't think it's good enough, though, so I'm not going to play it. And then just spend some more time rolling. This was fine. Nothing super panned out at the end here. Super pan. But I think that tripling the Hippocampus is still very nice. And we'll just hope to scale that, and then if we ever cut the Gingerbread Knight, that will make the Triple Campus our Phoenix Feather unit, which then we can resummon that with a Bear Stain. So that's kind of the idea. Or resummon that and have it be bigger with a Bear Stain, I should say. Opponent quite large here with the Spellweaver. I think that is going to mean that we do just lose. But we only take 6 damages, so not the worst thing in the world. Down to 13. And you do have to look, this lobby is already nearing the end game right now. Do I want another tier 4 treasure? There's definitely some options on tier 4 that would be interesting, though I think I just want to save my gold. I'm going to sell this off to potentially be able to find it again. Then I'm looking for boys and bears, and Echowood is not exactly the bear that I am looking to pick up first, but I do think that it is a bear. Well, I don't know why I'm calling it a bear. It's just not a bear. But it's a good card. It's a good card. We can now do something like this, and now actually I probably want the Gingerbread Knight to be the one that resummons, because Echowood is going to have a bunch of attack, but not much health until we find Bear Stain. So I think I'm going to start rolling for Bear Stain again, ignoring these baby bears. And there's one. Okay, so now we can pick up Bear Stain and cut the Gingerbread Knight, and then we'll be Phoenix Feathering the Hippocampus or the Echowood. It depends which one dies first. It's probably going to be the Echowood, but the Echowood will have a bunch of stats from the Bear Stain pumping it up. So I think that that is going to be good enough. Just have to get there. And if we clear, let's say we clear my opponent's front line, which I think is pretty likely, or maybe not, but how much damage do we take right now? We take 8, 6. We need to kill one more unit, just one, any one will do. And that'll do it. So now we don't die. Oh, and the Echo Wood comes back. Okay, so we actually just win this. Fair enough. I was going to say. Maybe we'll stay alive with 1 health or 3 health or something. But Bear Stain, definitely what the doc has ordered. So let's slide that onto the dock right here. Oh, and we have to totally cut this, come to think of it. So the plan is probably this or something. Maybe we'll cut this Friendly Spirit too. Okay, well now we have the opportunity to go Croc bait on the Hippocampus, which is always just a lot of fun. So we're definitely doing that, and then we're just Phoenix Feathering the Echo Wood at that point. But this seems strong. We're not going for a Reduplicator strategy. That's the other Tier 4 treasure that we would appreciate. So maybe for that reason we do lock on to Time Flies. If we can find Reduplicator, then we can make all of that madness work again. And I'm gonna go like this, I think, actually. No, it's gotta be these two. I'm just thinking, do we want the Time Flies on the Captain Croc? And I think this is actually the ideal setup, because it's most likely that our Friendly Spirit will die first. And in that case, I probably actually want to flip these two, but we are going to get... Oh, it's a double... Wait, how is it a double casted? Oh, this was our largest unit. Okay. Well, luckily the Hippocampus still gets to summon. That was a little bit scary, but we did lose our Phoenix Feather. So that could actually be quite awkward for us. I did not realize that the Croc was going to be our highest attack unit at the start of combat. That is something that we are going to want to address for future fights. But we'll trade Echo Woods, and then do we have enough stats for the rest of it? Not quite, but we only take 7 down to 6. So I can take it. Yes, we actually need to pump up these pigs so that... I guess then that makes the pigs the biggest summon. Okay, let's think about this a little bit more. Let's grab a Reduplicator if possible. And that is not going to be possible. We are up against the Ghost, so that just provides some interesting ideas here. I think I'm going to skip. Yeah, I don't really want to resummon the Croc. But now, maybe I want to do something even sillier. Copycat Hippo silliness. You have to leave the spot open. The Time Flies and the Baby Bear are actually both... Time Flies and the Croc, I mean, are actually both awkward units. Maybe awkward enough that I even want to play Lightning Dragon, but up against the Ghost for now, so I'm just going to roll, and then let's get rid of Time Flies and let's buy another Copycat. And then I do want to actually cut a unit. I think it's tough. Maybe I don't need to cut a unit. But here we're going to be summoning Hippocampuses, and unfortunately without the Bear Stain, if the Bear Stain gets sniped, we rely purely on the Hippos. Up against the Ghost, not going to be a huge deal. Actually kind of happy just to have gotten it out of the way. I believe these Hippos are also our Phoenix Feathered unit, but a little bit scary. A little bit scary to get that Bear Stain sniped, and Summons is already a comp that plays very, very loose with positioning. So when you go ahead and add in the... Yeah, so right now the Croc is our biggest unit, so that's going to respawn. So really just want like more Bear Stains for these slots. This is a silly comp for sure. For sure. I was going to say another Copycat would also be great. And the thing here is, I think... Alright, I'm going to skip so that we can potentially find a spell. The Copycat will... actually is not guaranteed to die. Now, my opponent has probably scaled since the last time we saw them 4 turns ago. But it's interesting that the Copycat isn't guaranteed to attack and die here, because we actually want it to attack and die, so that way we have space for these Hippos. roll one more time. One more copycat. Yeah, we're not going to pass that up. Let's do this. And then let's just hope that this copycat attacks and dies. This is all so strange. But it's a very, very cool comp. If we can make it work one time, and we do, we summon a hippo. That's going to get bonus stats from the bear stain. And then we're going to summon just one more hippo, unfortunately, as our dragon does get attacked. But we have a mighty huge echo wood that is going to get phoenix feathered. Honestly, this isn't going to be enough to win, but this was enough that we definitely had some fun with this one. So, really cool game. I'll try to put together some more things with some similar comps. I guess here's the Phoenix Feather. That does give us a shot, but after we take some more shots from these Spellweavers, we are going to be dead. Really cool ideas, though, going on in that one. 4th place finish, not super impressive, but hey, you get the first win of the day, you're still climbing, and I've never really tried out all of the ideas, so you guys got to see a little bit of an interesting look here where I was doing something live, and that's typically something you'll see more on like my 99 live streams, but it's cool to be able to kind of theory craft, and sometimes in the game, even though I've been playing it for like 8 months now, always kind of finding interesting and new ideas to puzzle around. And this comp is definitely a puzzle. Let me know, either in the comments or on Discord or Twitter, if you are able to put together something like this, where you've got Copycat, Croc, a hippo with Bear Stain. The thing with these summon comps is always that they are very tricky to make all of the spots work on the board, but if you can get it, it is obviously a really rewarding puzzle to solve. That is going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'm No Lux Given. Peace. For my giveaway this week, leave a comment below that includes the word hero. New week, new code word. The reason that I say to include the word, that way I can differentiate between the people just leaving a comment and those that are actually interested in the dust, to make sure that it goes to a person that will appreciate it. And there's no limit to how many times you can enter. You can go back and comment on some of my previous videos. I've been uploading daily Storybook Brawl videos for the past 7 or 8 months at this point, so I'm sure there is some sweet content that you have yet to see. And yeah, you can enter multiple times. I will do a new code next week. And the other thing that I wanted to say is that if a bunch of people enter, I will give away more codes. So that's just going to be limited by how many people are entering and how many people are commenting. Let's get this channel to over 1,000. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching. I'm No Lux Given. Peace.